You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Marty Supreme. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Marty Supreme is a 2025 sports drama directed by Josh Safdie. In the 1950s, a young Marty Mauser pursues his dream of becoming a champion table tennis player at any and all costs. The film stars Timothee Chalamet as Marty Mauser, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin O'Leary, Tyler the Creator, Odessa Ozion, and Fran Drescher. I think everybody has been pretty hyped to check out Marty Supreme. So when I got the invitation to see an early press screening for the film, I jumped at the opportunity. So thank you, A24, for letting me come on in. I think we were all excited to see, can this little twink really play some ping pong? But obviously, Timothy has been having a lot to say on this press tour, some of which a little bit questionable, sir. But he's also been getting so much hype that this is it. This could finally be his shot at winning that Oscar. Plus, of course, the Safdie brothers have a lot of hype around them at all times, though our other Safdie brother didn't quite live up to that hype earlier this year. So we were ready to see, does Josh have what it takes to give us a solo banger? And the answer is yes, definitively. Marty Supreme is a certified banger. An ace, if you will. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, let's put it on the table right off the bat. Timothee Chalamet is fantastic in this film. I don't think it's still my personal favorite performance from Chalamet, but he has such a repertoire already that becoming his best performance is a difficult feat. But he's fantastic here, really giving you the full range when it comes to Marty. And as a viewer, you're feeling the full bout of emotion with this man, frustration, anger, annoyance for a good part of it. Yet you still find yourself rolling back around and wanting to see him hit that dream to an extent or find his way out of the scenarios he creates for himself. And then we get to that ending, and there's just this huge emotional release that he depicts beautifully. It's really, really fantastic work from Chalamet. I did also think Gwyneth Paltrow was very good in this film. I question her character's inclusion and what her character does a bit in the movie itself, but her portrayal of this woman was really fantastic. But Kevin O'Leary, oof, what a scumbag. And he played him perfectly. I'll say that. I thought Kevin O'Leary was amazing in this movie. And then we have Odessa Ozion, who I was not familiar with. This was basically my introduction to her as an actress, and she blew me away. She was fantastic in this film. So basically, top to bottom, every single acting performance is great. And I think that Josh Safdie really nailed the tone for the film. It is a morally gray movie following a morally ambiguous person. Someone that, as I said when speaking about Timothy's performance, you don't always root for, you don't always like. You're oftentimes very frustrated with this man as you watch him create these horrible scenarios, not just for himself, but literally situations that start to really negatively affect every single person he comes in contact with. But the film doesn't really try to apologize for him. It just kind of lays bare his behavior and gives a somewhat, I would say, authentic representation of what the pursuit of your dream can look like and the cost of your pursuit of a dream. Having that singular tunnel vision what is the cost of that? And I think Marty Supreme does a pretty great job at just laying that bare. It is also very funny. I was laughing throughout. I was stressed out at some of these scenarios and what was going down, these crazy situations that our characters find themselves in. Mostly, I found myself very stressed for all the people around Marty as they were dragged into the nonsense. But I found that it was very effective in literally every single aspect it tried to depict. From the stress to the emotional moments to the comedy to the frustration, it all works really well, and it worked really well in tandem with one another to create this highly entertaining viewing experience. Also, it's a Safdie movie, and it's clear Josh Safdie definitely is the one who gives us the tone to their duo efforts, because this feels like a Safdie movie in the editing, in the musical choices, in the kinetic energy that's just flowing throughout this film. Now, that doesn't always work for me. Controversially, I don't care for uncut gems. I'll say that, but I love good time. This worked for me. Josh really brought all of those energetic, exciting aspects to the filmmaking here. The editing is fantastic. The music choices were on point, and it adds up to this entertaining viewing experience. Plus, if you're a Timothy stan, an admirer, if you will, we finally get some more Timothy skin. So be ready. I thought they were going to cheat us because he's actually wearing very little clothes quite often in this film. But I thought they were going to, cheat us out of a good shot. But we get it in a sequence that is both uncomfortable, both humbling and humiliating. But I have to admit also, just a little bit sexy. So, just be ready. If you like yourself a little Timothy, you're gonna like the scenes here. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to Marty Supreme? Well, my biggest issue is that there's just a bit too much here. There are too many characters that have their own individual subplots, and in turn, that makes the film a little bit too bloated. As we go through all of these scenarios and we get through all of these situations, it feels a little bit redundant. It feels a little bit repetitive as we get to the 10th time we find ourselves in a crazy situation. To the point where I was like, we could have cut this whole like sub storyline out of the film. Particularly, as I said, I don't know how I feel about the Gwyneth Paltrow storyline. It's necessary because she's married to the Kevin O'Leary character, and those two combined really provide movement for Marty's story. They get him to where he needs to go several times here, so she was needed. I guess I didn't understand her character all that well. I get the base motivation of why she does what she does or what she's doing here. But it felt a little bit stereotypical to me, honestly. But then we get like this storyline with this dog. We get obviously his different friend groups. He has several different friend groups within the table tennis community, basically. There's business ventures on the table. And then, of course, we have his main love interest here, which led to an insane opening title card. I will say the opening card is literally nuts. So really, I wish there was just more editing. And I don't mean the film editing because actually that's fantastic. As I said in my positives, they always nail it with the music and the editing. They did again. I'm talking about script editing, storyline editing, really streamline this down, give him the same conflicts, and we still can get that same effect. We just don't need every single person he comes in contact with, seemingly, to have their own sub plot line and storyline through the film that just pads this thing out. So overall, I really enjoyed Marty Supreme. I had a lot of fun with this. It's an interesting, morally gray film about an interesting, morally gray person, chock full of fantastic performances that will have you locked into that screen from start to finish. So once this gets released, Christmas Day, definitely run out and check out Marty Supreme in the movies. Not only will this be an awards darling, I think this is going to be a fan favorite amongst the awards contenders this year. So that was my review for Marty Supreme. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you hyped to check out Marty Supreme? Let me know all of your thoughts either in that comment section down below, or you can hit me up over on Twitter or Blue Sky. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.